Today we're gonna be exploring this little remote beach off the intercoastal, and this spot has some serious little gems here. Already when we show up, there's a ton of little baby fish all around these rocks here. This rock holds tons of fish, crabs, baby little tiny puffers as big as my fingernail, and even some baby barracudas. And we're gonna see what we can find in this area to maybe bring back to the saltwater pond. I think catching a ton of little baby puffers would be amazing. If you guys wanna see that, me catching ones like this big, because you can catch them so small, let me know by dropping a like on this video, and we'll do a whole dedicated video of just catching those little baby puffers. Maybe we can find some today. Let's get into it. So I got this GrowWatt Vita 550 power station in the mail, and I am so excited to tell you guys all about it. I absolutely love these things. You guys know I love the portable batteries. This is a smaller version, the Vita 550, and it is an absolute beast. Now, first off, let me tell you that GrowWatt really knows what they're doing with these power stations, because they have 11 years of experience and are really experts in the energy storage space. I love the size of this one. It may look small, but this thing is so powerful and so easy to carry around. This one might be my favorite. I love these batteries because they always come in handy. The other day, my power tripped and all the tanks were down, but because I have this Vita 550, I was able to get them back up and running in no time, including the little tiny small saltwater pond. I can get this guy running for hours with just this little battery. It can power up to 11 devices simultaneously, and it has a long-lasting, safe, and reliable LFP battery that can be charged and discharged for over 3,000 cycles. One of my favorite features, of course, is the wireless charger on top. All I have to do is put my phone right here, and boom, it is charging. It can charge up to 11 devices simultaneously, including 3 USB outlets, 1 USB-C, 3 AC outlets, 1 car cigarette lighter, and 2 DC 521s. And it can charge all that stuff at the same time. You can also charge using up to 240 watts of solar input, and it takes only 2.5 hours for a full charge in direct sunlight. That's the fastest solar charging battery in the industry for its size. If you're a camper or fisherman, you need one of these in your toolkit. I get so much use out of these, and it's so reliable and very versatile that I can take this thing anywhere and always stay charged. So go check out GrowWatt's Vita 550 pre-sale for $100 off at the link in my description, and get an additional $30 off with code GrowVita550. So go click the link in my description, check out those batteries. Now let's get back on the video. I already see two of the world's smallest puffers right there. Three of them, yeah, there's one in the back. They are so small, but they are wicked fast, guys. Wicked fast. There is a ton of glass minnows, literally even more than my dock. I see some baby needlefish over there too. That would be cool to have in the pond. There's tons of options here, but I gotta pick and choose what I wanna net for, because once I net once, fish are gonna get scared. That is literally the world's smallest puffer. Literally as big as my fingernail. Oh, I got a couple. You gotta time it right with the waves. Couple glass minnows. I can get so many more. I just wanted to show you guys that there are a bunch of fish here, and this is just the first scoop. I'm gonna put these guys in the bucket because Sponge loves these and he is very hungry, but that's just what we can catch here. That was just one lazy scoop. Already caught 5 glass minnows. Much easier than catching at my dock, honestly, because this is much shallower water. So this little remote spot is right along the intercoastal. It's right in this tucked away little area. It's got great little beach line, little shoreline here. Got some great little trees, some mangroves, even across the way. There's a little mangrove farm that they're growing some mangroves across the way, and it is absolutely gorgeous. But little do you know, this thing is less than 100 meters from the very open ocean. Right across the way from this is the open ocean, and we're gonna go fly down over there to see if there's anything cruising the shoreline. And right when I get there, look at this little baby turtle cruising the coast. He's actually the cutest thing ever. He is just absolutely cruising the coast, the little shore there, and there is some plastic all around him, literally all around him, guys, and that's why we do what we do at Fish Guy Shop. And that is a huge issue, because this little guy probably thinks that's food. Maybe it's a jellyfish, and that is never good for the turtles to be around plastic bags. They're literally white plastic bags, but this guy is cruising along the beach. He's coming up for air. He's having a good little morning here, absolutely chilling. Little does he know, there's probably 1,000 sharks all around him, so he better not swim out too far, because this is right in the area where we saw those hundreds of sharks. Now there is a ton of glass minnows here, but I think I'm gonna wait for that, because I am gonna order a giant minnow net, a giant minnow cast net, because we can literally load up on these guys. Even at my dock, we can catch actual thousands with that. So I'm gonna save off on catching a bunch of glass minnows, because we can always catch that with our new minnow net. But let's see, because in these rocks, there's always some weird stuff in there. Always some weird stuff. We can get some epic crabs. So let's throw a little bit of shrimp in these rocks and see if we can catch anything good. Also, guys, this is why you gotta be careful. I have a full-blown hook in my finger right now. Full-blown little tiny hook. Barb is fully in my finger. The barb is fully in my finger. Like, oh. All right, that was a lot easier than I thought. But look at that. That's how you can tell the barb was in there. That's just, you gotta be careful. When you're fishing, just be careful, man. Imagine if that went into my eye or something. That would hurt. Literally nothing on rod and reel. That's very interesting. But I think it's time to get down and dirty. Try to flip some rocks. There's so many crabs here. I'm a little scared. This is a massive rock, Brooke. 500-pound rock. This is a rock I can flip right here. No one's home. So I gave a swat by the old rock over there. And this is one thing I did find. Let me clean them off here. That is one thing I did find right there. That's going in the pond. That's going in the pond. Little baby crab. That's sick. He's so small. Got those little paddles on him, and he is absolutely one of the coolest crabs. These guys actually might be the ones that you catch them offshore and you drop them down for a nice mutton snapper, and they absolutely love it. So who knows? Maybe we can grow this guy and then fish with him. That would be hilarious. But this guy is a very, very cool little baby crab who I think deserves to go inside of our bucket because he is damn cute. Look at that thing. So damn cute. New idea. I threw a piece of shrimp out. Whole shrimp. On my rod, we've got 5, 6 baby puffers. I think this is the way we're gonna have to catch, like this. But this net I think is too big. We need a smaller, more streamlined net. I'm gonna give it my best shot though. There's 7 puffers right there. Literally 7 puffers on it. They are wizards, guys. These puffers, you think it's nothing. They are so fast. The only way to do it is to push them up along the beach and then net them. And this net is just too big. I'm gonna try my best. We were not fully prepared for baby puffers.
Oh, I think you got him.
Got one. Let's go. Oh my God. I got one. Brooke, that's the move. That's the move. Look at this little dude. Look at this little dude. He's tiny. He's so sick. I love little baby puffers. There's so many here, dude. Look at this guy. He's actually a little bit too big than what I want. I want them half the size of this. And this is the biggest one of that bunch. There was way, way smaller ones, but look how cute that thing is. That is one of the cutest little baby puffers in the entire world. Look at that thing. So tiny, he fits on. See, I want one to be on as big as just the tip of my finger. This guy is a little bit too big, so we're gonna go ahead and let this guy go. Someone left their trap here. What is this? It's a chum.
Oh yeah.
It's a chum cage. There could be something good in here. Oh, the water's so cold. There's something in here. There's a slipper lobster in here. There's a little baby lobster in here. Holy moly. Look at this guy. This is someone's chum cage that they left. And this guy probably took refuge in there. Look at that. This is an extremely rare find, guys. We never, ever find these guys. Look at this little dude right here. That is such an epic find. One of the weirdest little sea creatures I've ever found. These guys are super prehistoric looking. They don't even look like a normal lobster. It literally looks like a mix between a crab and a lobster. The way that big shell's on top of their head, it has that weird looking shovel nose kind of pattern with that big armor face mask and that big classic lobster tail. And they use that tail to actually get away. So if he was by himself without that cage in there, he would have whipped that tail and he would have darted. They're extremely fast. Lobsters are actually extremely fast. And this guy is super small, super cool, and I think he's a great addition to add. I mean, that is an epic find. We never catch those. I expected to come here, catch some baby puffers, some glass minnows, and here we go with a little baby slipper lobster. Let's get him in our bucket. Let's get this guy in our bucket with our glass minnows and our shrimp. This guy might be perfect little exotic guy with a little saltwater pond. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. That thing is sick. That is one of the weirdest creatures I've ever found. We rarely find those. That's only like our second one that we've ever found. Now, this guy was actually inside of this. It looks like it's been in the water for quite some time, and he probably went in here when there was a ton of chum in, if someone left it here overnight or for the last week. A ton of people actually come to this beach. This is a very well-known spot. A lot of people come and they use like big weights and a ton of squid. They cast it out in the middle. They just let them sit there. I don't know what they're catching, but I know that a lot of them catch nurse sharks, little baby nurse sharks. Even some baby bull sharks are actually caught here in this spot. A lot of sharks in this area, which is very surprising, but a lot of the times they chum and they leave these guys in the water, and if you leave this in the water, anything can walk in here. And he was probably in here. He said, this is a fantastic home. I'm gonna eat all this chum and be protected. I'm gonna stay inside this cage. And I caught him. So anytime you're out on the water or at the beach and you see one of these or maybe a net in the water, always go look at it because you could find anything in these guys. And this is actually a decent chum cage. So I'm taking this thing home because technically fish can get stuck in here and die. So we're gonna bring this thing out of the water. Now I really did want to catch some baby fish today. I wanted to go for those baby puffers, but we're not gonna be able to do that today because I want to get that guy back home and into the pond. I think he is the most important thing right now. We can always come back and catch baby puffers. So if you guys want me to do that, you guys want me to come, there's a million baby puffers here that I can catch. So if you guys want that, let me know by dropping a like on this video. Let's get back to the house and put this guy in the new pond. This lobster is a little beast. Now, as we're walking back to the car, this thing actually came in really good handy because you can lock this up. You put all the trash in it, lock it up. It's never gonna fly away. I can walk right to my car. But look at all this trash we picked up in the span of like 10 feet. Tons of plastic, tons of cans. This is the stuff that actually is really bad. The plastic, the small stuff is really, really bad because the fish and the turtles and dolphins, they'll eat all this. Just like that baby turtle we saw swim in the beach with all that plastic around him. He had literal plastic bags around him. They think those are jellyfish and he'll have to actually eat that. So we got a plastic bag in here, a couple plastic bags that were taken out of the water, doing our part every single day as fish guys. You guys can do your part too by going to Fish Got Out Shop, checking out the site, supporting the best cause in the world, removing trash from the ocean, saving our marine life. Get back to the house. Well, we got some awesome creatures going in the mini pond today, even though we already got some epic ones already in here. The snail has finally shown himself. I literally have not seen him in 2 weeks, but here he is right here. This little guy. Whoa! Dude, did you see that? What was that? What was that, Brooke? Is that his body wrapped around his shell? That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He like opened like a dome. That was crazy. If anybody knows what just happened and what kind of snail that is exactly, let me know in the comments because that was really weird. I think his whole body's wrapped around his shell. Look at it moving. Look at it moving. It's going down now. It's completely closed down. That is so weird. That is just wild. This guy's doing fantastic as well. This is our amazing red starfish right here. He's doing great. I'm just going to show you all the stars. These guys are stars right here. Boom. This guy's doing fantastic. Absolutely chilling. The other starfish actually loves being along the walls. He's right there, right by the filter. That's his OG spot. He'll go around the pond, but that's his favorite spot, right by the filter where the air is and right on top of the wall. We need more of those orange ones because I want a bunch of them all over the walls. But so far, this pond has barely started and we are progressing so well. We're about to add some seriously exotic invertebrates in here right now. I am so glad we've been really taking our time with this pond. It looks fantastic. I've been doing frequent water changes on it because it's getting cold here and everything's doing perfectly fine, even though the water is a little bit colder because for some reason Florida's getting a lot of cold front. We have barely put anything in this pond and already it looks cool. I cannot wait to add some seriously exotic stuff, some really colorful stuff in the pond. If you guys have any suggestions of what you want to see next, always drop them in the comments because every time I see your comments, I'm saying, that is really cool. I'm gonna get one. Drop comments of what you want to see next in the pond. Now let's get our big boy and our other little baby crab in the pond. Let's get our little baby crab here first. Look at that guy. He's just a gentle little dude. Is what he is, and I think it'd be a good addition. It's the first really crab going in, especially this kind, just straight white. Very, very cool. There he is going in. As you can see, look how awesome it is with that window. This window has changed the game for us, guys. It just looks so good on the window there. It's fantastic, especially when we get a lot of really cool fish. We're gonna be able to really enjoy them through this window. So let's get him nice and steady on one of these rocks here. Get on there, buddy. Let's go. That's epic, dude. That's our first little tiny crab in the pond. He is perched up right on that rock, chilling like a villain. I think he's gonna be pretty harmless in here. He's just a little tiny crab. I think he's gonna be harmless. He's not gonna really harm any of the fish, but when I do throw shrimp in there, just like I said, everything loves shrimp. He'll probably come out and grab a couple pieces and go back to those rocks. Next is the star of the show. This guy I totally did not expect to catch. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, we only caught 2 of these ever. The first time I think was underneath a rock, and this time was inside of a chum cage that probably had a bunch of leftover chum in there that he went in there and said, this is a fantastic home and I can eat chum for free. Good idea for him, but now we're getting to enjoy him in this fantastic pond, see him thrive, and maybe get super big in here. So like you've seen before, I gotta be super careful holding this guy because they use that tail and they are super strong and he could really take off right now. He's being very chill, but if he flaps that tail, see how he has it like cocked up like that? Look at that. Look at that lobster tail right there. Maybe I'll take that off and dip it in some butter and eat it. It looks delicious, but I would never do that. So here you go. Look at that guy. Look at those 2 flaps he's got. Whoa, super prehistoric looking. Literally looks like an alien back in the day with the dinosaurs. Like that. Look at that. That is so cool. Slipper lobster, shovel nose lobster, whatever you want to call it. A very, very cool creature. Let's get him in the pond. He's probably gonna dart like crazy when we get him in. He's probably gonna dart like crazy when we first, oh my God, yep, he's already darting. He's gonna go crazy when we get him in here. But check that thing out from the window. Hey buddy, let's go. I'm gonna get him on the sand to see what he does. Ready? Come down there. We definitely need a name for this guy, by the way, guys. Drop a comment of what you think I should name this guy, because he's a staple. This is a slipper lobster. Such a cool little creature here, and we're definitely gonna need to name him for sure. Look at that guy just cruising the sand, baby. Sitting there, probably taking in his new aquarium. I'm gonna try to move him by the rocks over there, because that's where all the invertebrates like to go initially, is right underneath this rock here. So let's try to push him. There he goes. There you go, buddy. Try to get him right in that rock just so he feels safe. Right up in there. Beautiful. Beautiful. Get in there, buddy. There you go. There you go. Right along that rock there. He's probably gonna do fantastic. We're gonna have to keep an eye on him as well. Sharp eye, because as you can see, he can camouflage extremely well when he gets inside those rocks. He's a really cool, we have a lobster. We could say we have a lobster in our saltwater mini pond. Now it is official. We can say we have a lobster. That's epic. I definitely want to get a bunch of little baby puffers. Not as big as the one I caught. I'm talking baby little puffers. So if you guys want to see that, drop a like on this video. Comment down below what you want to see next. Drop a name for our beautiful little slipper lobster right here. Very, very cool. We are just getting started with this pond, and I cannot wait to make some more in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in a couple days in the next video. Peace.